I mean, it's going great. I mean, it's camp. Camp's always a grind. It's hard, but that's it pays off at the end. Getting your hand raised.
Do you at some point stop at the department, or do you keep going as long as you can?
No, I'm working tomorrow. So, but also I have I have days off, I have vacation days and stuff. So, and it's pretty lucky that the fight's in November because a lot of guys don't take a lot of time off. So it's easier for me to take time off that time of year.
You're obviously a humble person, but to be able to do that, not, stay focused and have a second job that is probably even more important in the grand scheme of things than the first job. What does that say about Stipe Miocic?
My mom raised me right, and my dad. I think just hard work pays off, and nothing's ever given. It's always earned.
You mentioned your dad. This will be first fight without your father. Extra motivation to get the gold back for him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna show him what's up. He wanted this fight for a long time.
As does everyone else. We were talking last week to Junior Dos Santos after he beat Verdum in that bare knuckle fight, and we were talking about Francis and Tyson Fury. So I asked him, is Francis the hardest hitting guy you've ever been in the cage with? And he said no. He said it's Stipe.
Oh
When you
really?
hear, yeah, when you hear that, I mean, and he was like confident about it. He's like, no, it's Stipe.
Oh really? I mean, that's nice. That means I'm doing something right.
How about from your side of that? Who's the toughest, hardest hitter that you've ever been there with?
I mean, they all hit hard. I mean, you hit so many times with so many guys, that big a weight. I mean, that much weight on it all hurts. It doesn't feel good, especially after the fight. I mean, Junior definitely hit hard. Mark Hunt hit really hard. Roy hit hard. Francis hit hard. I mean, even DC. I mean, he's fast and he hit hard. I mean, just I it's tough to say. I just they all hit hard, man. It's just not fun. I never really thought about it because it all hurt. So
You'll get to find out in December if Jon hits hard. And Jon is a heavyweight. What's the biggest challenge to get in there with? A lot of people regard him as the greatest ever.
I mean, there's a lot of things. He brings a lot of things to the table. He's not fundamental. Like he's a lot of different things that keeps you guessing, and that's a good thing. That's why he does well. He knows he's a great IQ. He's smart at what he does, and he's very direct in what he wants to do. But so am I. So it should be an interesting fight. It's be a chess match.
You mentioned Cormier and Jon and Cormier. There's, no one knows Jon probably more training wise than DC. And then you had your whole trilogy with DC. Any advice he's given to you? Would you talk to him? Does he want to talk to you now?
But I mean, we're friends, but I haven't really asked. He's got a lot going. That man's a busy man. Hey, that guy, DC. I give him credit. He's so busy, but I get it. He's doing stuff, and I'm never gonna bother him. If you ever call me, yeah, for sure I have to talk to him, but that's it.
That would be like Apollo Creed and Clubber Lang Rocky kind of storyline.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, it'd be funny. Yeah, it would be. But yeah, if you ever call, yeah, for sure. But I won't bother him. He's a very busy man.
How about fighting in Madison Square Garden? Some of the biggest combat sports fights of all time get in there, and the biggest fight in UFC heavyweight history in there as well now.
I'm excited. I got to fight in Boston at TD Gardens, and I get to fight here. It's like the Mecca. Also fought in Vegas a bunch of times, so it's like what a cool experience. Bucket list checked.
Is there a specific way you want to see your hand raised?
I mean, of course, we always go for knockout. There's no question. But I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna go out there and get that W, get my hand raised, and belt wrapped around my waist here, and I knew.
We haven't seen much of Jon at heavyweight. What did you think of him in his first fight with Cyril?
Well, I can't really say much to it that either because I haven't seen much of it either. I know it's front row, but it was just tough to see just because it kind of happened quick, and I think we'll see. Definitely try to bring it more than 2 minutes. Unfortunately, it didn't go long. It was a long night for Cyril, but listen, I'm excited.